Welcome to Cardboard Box Church. Today is Monday, October 9th. Now, the dream I had with Constantine was from a couple of years ago, and it was just a simple dream. I saw a face, and then above the face it said Constantine. So I knew this was him. But that's all I saw, and I don't know why God didn't give me more than that, but I can surmise that it's because the way God is, He wants us to investigate and learn. And I don't know why I didn't investigate at the time. I kind of blew it off. I just knew that he was a historical figure, but I didn't know much about him. But recently, I've been getting a desire started up in me to study the history of the church. And I was speaking with my wife, Ahava, and Constantine came up, and we were also talking about 313, which is also the day that we were married. Ahava and I were married March 13th, 2013, which was the day that Pope Francis became the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. And we didn't plan this. We didn't plan on getting married that day. It worked out that way because we were married by the Justice of the Peace in Sedona, Arizona. Now, when I was speaking with Ahava about this and 313, because I see that, you notice how you see certain numbers a lot? I see 313 a lot, and I see my birthday a lot, 423. And so I was speaking to Ahava about this, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to go look on the internet and see what happened in the year 313. and we were sitting talking about Constantine, and I had brought up how I had a dream several years ago with him. And so I go on the internet, and I'm just blown away because in the year 313, it's deals with Constantine, where Constantine was the Roman emperor, and he ruled the Western Roman Empire, and Licinius ruled the Eastern Roman Empire. And after Licinius died, Constantine ruled the whole empire. And Constantine had this vision of victory by he saw a sign, a crest or something in the sky with Christ, and he thought he had a message from Jesus saying, by this sign you conquer or something. And so he won this war and immediately converted to Christianity. Now, this video is not about whether or not Constantine really was a Christian or not, because there is debate. Because a lot of his behavior kind of shows that he wasn't, but some of his behavior shows that he was. He made Christianity a legal religion. Up to that point, up to 313, Christianity was illegal. And it was very much like Book of Acts. They met in homes, and they had to avoid persecution as best as they could. They were martyred a lot. And so when Constantine converted to Christianity, he was the Roman emperor who became a Christian, and he gave great favor to the church. And so money came into the church, and that's when they started building these big churches, and they started getting political. So the Roman Catholic Church started getting money and favor, and they got involved in politics. And so a lot of Christians think that this was a turning point for Christianity, and not a good turning point. And it was the Edict of Milan that made Christianity legal. As much as it brought a lot of good things, it also brought problems in the sense that it institutionalized Christianity. And I believe that I believe we got married on that date, and I had this dream because God is wanting to change the face of the church in these last days. Christianity is not supposed to be institutionalized. It's supposed to be like the Book of Acts. And so Cardboard Box Church is an example of that. This is the reason why when Scott Lee gave me the vision of Cardboard Box Church, I immediately jumped on it. I said, that's for me. I'm doing it immediately. Because the Lord had said to Scott Lee, here's the man that's going to do Cardboard Box Church. I said, you're right, I am. And it makes the point. Cardboard Box Church makes the point that it's not institutionalized, and that we're supposed to take the grace of the Lord to the streets and the power of God, and not sit in the four walls of the building thinking that obedience is reading your Bible, paying your tithe, and going to church. That's only part. All of that is part of the fellowship and being equipped in financing the kingdom. But the kingdom, we're supposed to make disciples, and so Cardboard Box Church is an example of this. And it's also an online church. So this is online church, and it's also out in the marketplace. And so God speaks to us in dreams in various ways, and He's wanting to He's wanting to get a message across to us. So pay attention to your dreams and investigate them. Don't wait a couple of years like I did. So, but nevertheless, maybe this was the time for me to come out with this, and because the Lord is definitely changing the face of the church. He does not want Christianity institutionalized.